How does a believer organize his daily routine? If you want to benefit from your time and you want to bring the best out of it, you have to eliminate and get rid of gadgets that steal your time. And I say eliminate it. If it's going to take away from your time, eliminate it. If you have the discipline to use your gadgets accordingly, then inshallah ta'ala, use it in that which will benefit you in, and don't waste your time if it's not going to help you. This point I tend to find a lot of people don't discuss when it comes to the concept of benefiting from your time. A parent will come to me and he will say to me, my child, I have bought him a Quran teacher. I have exerted every effort in my child. And I say to them, I do not question, I don't doubt what you're saying, but what other things are in the house? Oh yeah, he's got a game. Okay, note that. Yeah, next. These things, brothers and sisters, will work against you. They will distract you and they will take away from anything we're going to say today. One of the statements that my sheikh said, and it sticks with me greatly, is if these gadgets were of so much value, Allah would have given it to the Prophet to aid him to spread Islam. Allah would have said to Muhammad, this is it, mobile phone. Call the companions, converse with them. Don't waste time sending a horse and a cab. No, but it's Allah didn't want that, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rather, these gadgets, to an extent, have brought out laziness from many people. If you want to find a hadith, what do? Google it up. Google it up is now a term in the dictionary. You just look it up quickly. The hadith that you got that fast, are you going to remember it? Is it going to stick with your head? But imagine a hadith that you traveled months and you got to your destination and you found that the imam that you went to, this is his janazah, and they said to you, lead the janazah. And then that hadith, when you find another imam who's narrating it, are you going to forget it? So anything that comes easy generally goes out easily. So brothers, technology and social media sucked our time. It's taken it. And if every one of you here right now has a mobile phone and you got an iPhone will tell you how long you spent on WhatsApp. It will tell you how long you spent on the Safari, the internet. It will tell you how long you spent on Instagram, Facebook, all of them. It will tell you exactly. And then it will tell you how long you spent on the Quran app. How many percentage you spent on the Quran app. It will show you all. One sheikh said, if the ummah were to hold on to the Quran just the way that they hold on to their mobile phones, we would have been an honored nation. True or false? When your phone's battery is low, how do you feel? You feel like, Qiyamah is happening, Allah. You find a person who generally never used to ask for favors, starts asking for favors. Do you have a charger, brother? Do you have a socket? I've seen people who carry around their charger. People carry their charger with them, in their bags, in their pockets. They have their charger in case the battery phone goes off, because they can't stay away from it. Another benefit that I came across was, it was better when the phones had wires stuck to the wall. Now, we've become the wires stuck to the phone. It's the reality. So, if you want to benefit from your time, social media, gadgets, phones, all these distractions, learn to push them to the side and stay away from them. Prevention is better than cure. To prevent takes precedence over thinking about bringing good. You want to teach your children Quran? First of all, get rid of all of the problems, all of the things that can distract them. Television, get rid of them. Get rid of all of this. Once you do, you're now free to say, I'm going to set myself all of this, and you will benefit. It was narrated from some of the Sahabas that they said the biggest weapon of Iblis is procrastination. The biggest. At-tasweef, tomorrow. Watch. I will do this tomorrow. That's the biggest weapon Iblis has against the children of Adam. And tomorrow, does it ever come? No, it doesn't. Next day is tomorrow again. And then another day is and tomorrow just keeps, it's a mirage. It never comes. Tomorrow never comes. And so the person keeps pushing the deadline and whatever he wants to do. Gadgets. Eliminate it, get rid of it. Another point I want to mention before I go into the other points is, whatever has happened in the past, brothers, it's gone. Let's not cry over spilt milk. And as for the future that you're discussing and you're saying, yeah, I'm going to do that in the future, don't worry. Don't think about it too much. That's the future, Allah Alam, it's not in your hand. The only thing that you possess is the time that you're in. The past is gone. The future is not in your hands. Allah Alam, if you're going to reach that time that you think you are, the thing that we can talk about is what? The time that you're in.